All right, given the probability distribution below, find the expected value and the variance. So we've got the x and we've got the probability of x. So we're just going to enter this data into the list. So we're going to go stat edit. And so what do I have? 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Probability 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.2, and 0.2. So let's just make sure that this is valid: 20, 40, 70, 90, 100. So it adds up to 100%. So remember, we can now just go stat, calc, one-var stats on the X list and the frequency list, the probability list at the same time. So make that list 2, calculate it. So the mean is equal to 2.2, and the variance is what they're asking for, right? So sigma is 1.249, but we want sigma squared, so 1.249 squared, so we're going to go 1.249 and square it, and we get 1.56. Assume that the probability of getting a hit is 30%. Find the probability that you get exactly 2 hits out of your next 5 attempts. So this is a binomial problem. We're going to say, what's the probability that x equals 2? We know that n equals 5, and the probability of any individual is 30%. So we'll just go, we could do the formula, but we'll just do it in the calculator. So we're going to go distribution. This is binomial PDF. And we know the number of trials is 5, the probability is 30%, and the x value is 2, and we get 0.3087. So the probability that x equals 2 is 0.3087. Assume again that it's 30%, you'll get at least 2 hits out of your next 5 attempts. So that means what? X equals 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. We want at least 2, so we have to add up all of those probabilities. So this is going to be a binomial CDF command, but remember, CDF starts at 0 and ends where you tell it to end. So we'll do binomial CDF, 5 trials, 30% chance, and we'll tell it to stop at 1. That'll add up these 2 guys, and then we'll subtract that from 100%. So we'll go 1 minus that. So we're going to go distribution, go down to binomial CDF. For 5 trials, the probability was 30%, and the x value was 1, so we're adding up 1 and 0 and 1. We get 52.8%, so 1 minus that is 0.47178. You're going to flip a coin 10 times, find the probability that you'll get no more than 3 heads out of the 10 coin flips. So again, this is binomial. Number of trials is 10, the probability of a head coming up is 0.5, and we want x to be less than or equal to 3, no more than 3 heads. So again, this is binomial CDF command. There were 10 trials, 50% chance, and we want to add up 0, 1, 2, and 3. So we go distribution, binomial CDF. There were 10 tries, 50% chance for the heads, and up to 3 gives me 17.18, so 0.1719. You flip a coin 100 times, find the expected number of heads and the standard deviation for the number of heads. Again, this is a binomial problem. Mu is n times p, so this is 100 times 0.5, which is 50 heads. Standard deviation, square root of npq, which is the square root of 100 times 0.5 times 0.5, which is the square root of 25, which is 5.